Welcome back to Julie's Wreath Boutique. Today I'm going to teach you how to make a sunflower wreath with a braided center, and then I'm going to add some extra petals in the middle just to give it a little bit more volume. So let's get started. So we're going to start with the base of the wreath. I've already made it. If you need to go back and watch the other original sunflower tutorial that I put out, I just want you to make the base. I used olive green leaves for this one because I want more of a fall look. So once I had this done, I can focus on the center now. We are going to use this brown poly burlap. I've already cut this into 3 pieces. You will need 1.5 yards each of this burlap. And all you're going to do is you're going to lay them on top of each other like I did here, and then you're going to zip tie the top of it. So I've already braided my poly burlap, as you can see here. It's very simple to do, like you're braiding a little girl's hair. I trimmed off my edges here, and at the end of the braid I used another zip tie, so we just have a long braid. So at this point I'm going to take it and I'm going to stretch it, because you're going to get a little bit more length if you stretch it. Okay, so I'm going to take this end here, and this will be the center of our mound of a braid, and I'm going to just kind of wrap it in to the braid itself. So once I have that started, I'm going to pull it over on this side. I'm going to get some zip ties. And the key here is using as many zip ties as you need to secure this. So I'm just going to run it through here and run it through the other side of the braid. Holding it together to get this process started, and then we're just going to keep wrapping it. And this will give us our start here. Cut that. So I'm going to just keep wrapping this, and as I wrap, I'm going to keep putting zip ties. This is a smaller one. I'm going to try it here. I might just stick with the bigger ones. And I'm going to keep connecting the inner part of the braid to the outer part of the braid, and this is what will hold it together for you. There's no gluing with this at all. I think this would be really pretty done with a red base of a sunflower with a black center as well. I mean, really the possibilities are just whatever colors you can get poly burlap in, you can do this. So as you can see, that's the top part, and I'm going to keep wrapping this and keep connecting it as I go through here. What we'll probably do is I'll get to the end and then we'll add some more zip ties just to secure it even more, just to see where there's some looser ends. So as I get to the end here, I need to make sure that that is secured on the inside of this. So I'm going to, there's really no right or wrong way to do this, just wherever you can get the zip ties to cooperate here with you. And sometimes they want to be difficult, and that's okay. Like right now, it wants to be difficult. So I'm going to get that. So at this point, as you can see, and you can kind of press this up a little bit, but we have the center going on, and so right now all I'm going to do is go back and I'm going to secure with more zip ties to make this more of a solid center. your center made, now we're going to attach this inside the center of a sunflower wreath base. So I'm going to attach it by running some zip ties here. These are 8-inch. Again, this is not always the easiest. It doesn't always want to cooperate very well. Let's try this side. Okay, that'll work. So I have one over here, and then I'm going to do one on the opposite side. There. So that way, this is what will hold your center in your base. So I'm going to just fold these in. And I'm going to put it right in the center here. I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to connect it to the rim of my wreath base, the frame. I'm going to straighten this out here and do the same with the exact same side. Be careful not to press this down. You don't want to ruin your petals. So I'm going to flip this over, and I didn't do it too tight that I couldn't move it around a little bit. So now that I have it in, at this point you can stop. You can say that's good, I'm happy with it, but this is where I'm going to add some more petals. To add the extra petals in the center of our wreath, you're going to need 5 extra 10-inch wide pieces of poly burlap. It's important to know that when I cut the poly burlap, I used the wood burning tool, and you can watch that video on my channel as well. So let's just make our petal. And what I'm going to do, instead of, I don't have a base to put it down on, I'm going to take my pipe cleaner and I'm going to put it down, and I'm going to make a petal. And this is where I'm going to put it. I'm going to put it in between. If you look in the back of here, we have the brackets right here. And in the previous sunflower tutorial, this is where you would have put the final layer of petals. Now we're going to put them in between these brackets so that everything is staggered. So I'm going to look here, and I'm going to just stick it down in my wreath and pull it down. I'm going to flip it to this side, and I'll show you. I will just attach it to that bar and twist it really good. And then we're going to do 4 more of these. fluffy center in my wreath. I fluffed my wreath like I did in the original sunflower tutorial, and now you can see all the extra petals and how much volume it brings up to the flower. Remember, you can do this with any color combination of your choice, and I would love to see a picture of your wreath. Thanks for joining us in the boutique. See you next time.